Oh, hello.
Good morning.
Hey, how you doing?
Fine, how are you?
Doing good. Sorry, I'm 1 minute late because of Zoom update, unexpected update.
Well, I almost stopped the call. So
Yeah, I know, unacceptable.
I give I give people I give people 2 minutes and that's it.
Yeah,
No, I used to give people 7 minutes because I thought five wasn't enough and I thought seven is a good and ten's too much. But twice last week with customers, people came in 10 minutes in.
oh, really?
I was about to
Okay.
I was
Yeah, yeah,
about
about to
to and
drop,
then
yeah.
and then people came in and I'm like, okay, let's do the call. So
Yeah, it's a interesting balance. Let's see how it goes today. We expect
yeah,
100 people, as you
I
mentioned, so
think I
I
think we
expect
should
the
get 100
avalanche.
people. Definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
We're going for a record.
When do you fly in to Amsterdam?
I believe I'm there at 10 or 11 in the morning on Saturday.
On Saturday. Okay.
Yeah. So I get there pretty early, then we leave again on Friday in the morning.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, let's connect on Saturday how overall feeling is. Our
Yeah.
current plan and to do this tulip stuff because last time it was beautiful, right? So just super cool flowerish
Yeah,
place.
absolutely fine. Yep. Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, uh let's try to meet somewhere in Amsterdam.
And pick up
Yeah,
Mr. Har along the way.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. Now we have another talk to give, so we'll see today what time it is. That's the only wild card for me
Yeah.
is if it's in the morning or in the evening or what, because I already have in the morning um a plan and in the evening I have a plan. So I have to
Okay.
change one of those depending,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
what time the talk is. So
And we have no idea, right? We don't have a final confirmation. So,
no idea. I mean, I expect it will come today, right? We got the
yeah,
notification
yeah,
yesterday. We said
yeah,
yes. So now
yeah.
we wait to see. It can't be too long because the talk is in 5 days.
Yeah, right. And the talk
So
itself is 25 minutes. So,
25 minutes, yeah. Yeah.
it's, I don't know, you have to condense the story somehow, uh, align it with Edge, right? I mean, it's not super hard with KGB because it's naturally working
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Edge, right? But just, we'll have to create some slides. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I actually,
Yeah.
I submitted several things, right? So I
Yeah.
actually when it came in, I thought to
Yeah.
myself, what? Really? And then I thought, I don't remember what that is. I had to log into Sessionize to see what that talk was.
Yeah. Same stuff, sessionized, yeah, because I had no idea what we submitted. It
So
was it was a quite amount of talks, right, that were submitted to this
it's
KubeCon.
always it's always like
Yeah,
that. I
yeah,
mean, when
yeah,
when I when I first submitted whatever 4 years ago a talk to one of these, it was they were saying, it's 9 to 1, and then every year it goes up by one. So now this year it was 13 to 1, right? So it's yeah, there's just no way to. And the same thing with the rejects, right? They invite you everybody to submit. So you have 12 out of every 13 talks could submit to an event that has room for 20 talks.
yeah,
So this is this is even more even greater potential to have. I mean, because how many talks are there at a KubeCon? Feels like hundreds, right? I don't know.
yeah. It's
Oh,
probably totally overwhelming, right? So
yeah. So
yeah. Hey,
okay.
Farkan.
Hello.
Hey guys, how
I
are you?
I will start to share my screen then, I guess, and get this thing cooking. There we are. Can
Yep.
you see it? Or make it a little bigger.
Yes.
Look at this today. Today is not
It is.
only my youngest son's 23rd birthday,
Congrats.
yes, but it is also our 88th community meeting, which is a beautiful number. So,
Impressive, impressive.
so it's a palindrome. So yes, I added from last time, right? Because they always come a bit late. I added the Zoom and the YouTube
Oh,
recording,
awesome,
so
awesome.
those are there.
Appreciate it.
This is of course my local copy, but there's a work in progress pull request out. So Anyway, yeah. So for today, I'll add cool person one, two, and three on there later. But yeah.
Nice
So
placeholders. Yeah, yeah, I like
yeah, yeah. So stop me anytime, right? I'm just gonna go through these, add more context. I wasn't on the last one, so I probably missed something. But yeah, KubeCon is next week. So we probably will not have the community meeting as is usually the case. But we
But
do.
no, no, you have in 2 weeks, right? The standard cadence.
Oh yeah, it's not next week
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
we
don't
don't need
know.
to change again.
For getting into the weekly community meeting. I forgot to tell you that's happening. Yeah, so we have the kiosk which you posted in the Slack channel about, so
Yeah.
we know where it is now, we know exactly when it is, and you'll see that I put a little couple of beers here on the end because it's near the cube crawl, right?
Awesome.
So that's nice. We've got a long session there, 4 hours, and it coincides with that nice event. So I think we'll end up with a lot of interesting discussions there. So that's nice. Two talks at the moment that are related to k8gb. So the security panel review, or yeah, security review panel, and then this new thing, Farhan, which Yuri and I were emailed last night, late in the evening, that this waitlisted talk was accepted if we want to present it. So now we have 5 days to prepare that talk. Probably more like two at the end
Yeah, exactly.
because of traveling and because we're
Mm.
delivering it in 5 days. So so we have that. So we get two talks, which is nice, right? This is during the maintainer. No, uh, that's not the maintainer summit. That's the day after the
Collocated
co-located day.
events on
That's
Monday, right?
the
Yeah.
co-located day. Yeah. So this is during the co-located day. So yeah, so we've got the maintainer summit. Now we have a presentation on the co-located day, and then we have this security review panel, which will bring us even more visibility during the conference itself. So that's we're starting to build up some stuff here. I'll just do this community update real quick before we get into the issue review. We did add the MBCP case study to the website. Yuri did that, so that's linked off the adopters page. And just a couple
Yeah.
little, yep,
There is one catch I wanted
yep,
actually to discuss this for
sure,
fun. So we added that stuff, but now our documentation is nicely versioned, right? So it's not immediately appearing on the website, and that's expected, right? So if you go to k8gb.io,
yep,
so it is there somewhere in master. The latest is our stable version, right? So
yeah,
the
I don't
question,
know where it is.
and that is expected, right? Uh, wow, the colors here on a dark mode is a little bit red, or red on black doesn't look good, but yeah,
It's quite red. It's quite
yeah,
red.
yeah. Question for Han, as you are guru of MKDocs and all our documentation engine. Is there a possibility to somehow expose master, not by default, but just in selector? So we will be able to at least preview and maybe in some cases point interested people into master view, into the master selector, right? So like to just to reflect the latest stage of documentation, because currently we are exposing only stable text. It's just something for the future. If you yeah, and currently we have like selectors that is appearing because we're exposing the stable text, and the selector are not in their old text, right? So it's a little bit
Look what's happening again, by the
yeah,
way.
fossa, yeah,
These FOSSA scans get out
yeah,
of control.
yeah.
I think the previous versions are visible, but it's not there in that tab. If you go to 18.0, it's there
Mhm.
actually. Yeah,
Yeah. They're there.
it's there, but it's
It's a
kind of
selector.
messed up.
Selector
Yeah.
is not. So as we all advanced folks here, we can fall back to the URL-based selector, replacing the versions. For now, it will organically will fix itself. Because like I don't know, like we theoretically can patch this text somehow, create the backports, but I don't think it worth it. It's like too much surgery to the old text because we released them, right?
Right.
So
I have a question.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, do we think that we should give people the opportunity to star KGB on this website?
Maybe it's something on the left panel.
Exactly. Right over here. It'll be
Yeah.
sideways. It'll be up and down. No, this is great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so I think I've seen something like that on crossplane docs, for example. In crossplane, we expose the master, but it's not default, right? So if you can do something like that, like a
I'll
default
look into
definitely is
it.
the stable version, right? But master is one. I will try to create the issue around it, right? So it's tracked properly. And yes, thanks a lot
Sure.
for looking into it.
Yeah, I'll look into it. Yeah.
Thank you for
All
coming.
right, I'll go back here. Yeah, so just quickly on this stuff, in terms of incubation, so we have the governance and tech reviews have been confirmed complete. They're working on the adopter reviews. They said that they contacted two people and that weren't able to get in touch with them. But I think she said that she has time on the 23rd. So I think during the co-located day, she's reserved some time to try to reach out to people. We mentioned that, we know of at least two adopters who will be there on site. And so we can make something happen to try to get those adopter reviews done, those adopter interviews done if needed. Typically, nothing happens during KubeCon, but if people are there and we're having trouble reaching them, then maybe that's a possibility. So, um, yeah, everyone knows about the heroic efforts on the API group change. I don't know if you
Thank
want
you.
to say anything else, Yuri, but I'm seeing every day about so many things come through email that I actually can't even read them all. So,
Yeah, and that stuff is merged, and I'm happy about that thing, right? So like it's already uh, behind. Only release is something that is upcoming with that change. But long story short, so we migrated to vendor neutral k8gb.io. It wasn't easy fit because it's CRD API group change, and after feedback from another maintainers. Dinar took a very detailed review on the weight of migration. So my original version was pretty much aggressive, right? Like super straightforward move to the new one, and I modified it to still reconcile the current ones. And now the migration is operator driven. So you set the label by any means, GitOps or on your own, like with kube control, and the associated migration controller will migrate app sources to KGBIO. Everything works, everything reconciles in old group. We still need to document somewhere how much migration window we give for that, like 1 year, whatever. And another point that I probably had in mind, I'm not sure if I documented in this PR, I definitely do not introduce new features into all the API group. Like it's not going to happen, right? So we are already on a path of deprecation, right? But we are not, we are doing it super smoothly and nicely, so people are not forced to migrate immediately, but they will have a deprecation event in a old JSLB and everything will proceed as usual. Also, something that I did catch only end to end, and it wasn't possible to catch with any kind of and test automation. In one of the stage of implementation, we trigger that event, and deprecation event was a part of every reconciliation loop. So you can imagine even even in a small deployment, you had 8,000 deprecation messages, which kind of pushing you towards towards the new API group, but not a nice thing to do. So luckily, it was caught in this final acceptance test round, and it's also fixed. You just have a one first message, and it's not annoying for operators. Everything tested pretty much like, yeah, I created a chainsaw test for migration. So we have a deterministic end-to-end test that execute migration. So like, that stuff is also covered. So, and every migration case is covered by associated end-to-end test, including old embedded ingress style with a cache that it migrates you to a new reference style. So it's actually like, in that case, we are migrating not only API version, but pushing towards new modern way to define GSLB, right? With the referenced ingress, not embedded ingress. So yeah, like, it's a super packed PR. I covered pretty much as I could, and I got a review from Michal, and we merged it. And I believe with all the effort on testing, it's in pretty good shape. If something will pop up, it will be minor. So that's my expectation. So I have a pretty good confidence in this work. Related to API group and vendor neutrality, yesterday we finalized the work on switching to GHCR.io, which is GitHub Container Registry in a backend, and everything is pushes to GHCR. So again, vendor neutrality. There is no Docker Hub of Apps OSS anymore. Everything closer to the project. And front-end registry, thanks to our last year outage of k8gb website, right? So we got a control over the DNS zone, right? So it was easy for me to integrate, to create a new CNAME of registry k8gb.io, integrated with Scarf, so create this front-end gateway. And so it looks nice, like official registry.k8gb.io. Everything is working. You can Docker pull it. We're collecting the nice adopter metrics, and it's pretty much transparent. The rest, the actual backend is GHCR. So yeah, I think this constraint of Scarf that we couldn't, you remember the last 2 weeks iteration, we couldn't create these double locations with the same uh, public domain, and it was it's kind of functional limitation of Scarf. So this constraint steered me towards this proper registry.kgb.io integration, and I think I'm pretty happy with that result. It looks much nicer, right, than exposing the gateway. And kudos to Scarf, super awesome immediate support, right? So they clarified the behavior, and I really enjoy the service. Yeah, so and I think that actually, from incubation standpoint and vendor neutrality, we are fully done. The rest is release, and my plan is to do release today, tomorrow, because I want us to already talk about new API group at the KubeCon at the k8gb kiosk, right? And especially new talk as well, and. Uh, we also gathered some vulnerabilities, well, naturally, right? Because they were found in upstream libraries, and yeah, I plan to do the release soon, most probably as it is without any additional functionality, right? So I will just merge some renovate PRs and make the release. And I think you have an agenda of tail scale. You have to do like after KubeCon because the change is important and I want to give it proper review, right? Bradley, we lost you.
Yep, I'm
Yeah,
back.
yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why you put contribution from Tailscale in incubation. Do you see some relation or is this accidental?
No, I probably, it's marked down and I probably
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wrong
yeah. Okay.
indent.
So yeah, that's super cool to see the contribution. It's I didn't look deep into it, but it sounds reasonable thing to do, like ability to override the public domains and these exposed names. So if anybody from maintainer group can look into that in parallel, that would be helpful. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah, given the pressure of KubeCon, I see it realistic to make like a high quality review to leave it post-release, right?
Yep. Okay.
Do you want to proceed with to vanity? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, it only takes a minute. So
Mm,
it's nice to see that these numbers are growing, right? So we've more or less doubled our LinkedIn followers in the last 3 months, so this year, which is pretty good. And we're still not posting very much, very often, really only around so far, really only around community meetings, but we'll do more, of course, but
mm,
yeah, we have the page views were up last week by 43%. We had 87% more unique visitors than the week before.
mm,
You talked about the scarf data already. Last month, even though we only had a few posts, we still had almost 1,800
mm.
impressions and 64 reactions. So, given how
Oh,
many
that's
followers
cool.
we have,
Yeah.
given the amount of time we're not spending on this, right? I think we're still getting some good traction. And we have now, over 1,150 stars, which was, I don't remember, I'd have to look, but whatever last year at this time would have been half that number, yeah? So it's pretty good.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. I mean, if you activate our blog post activity, maybe like, slice some existing or future talk into the blog post, like, recycle it and revamp it in the text version, post it. It might be useful for community and lead some traffic, right?
Yep, there's a lot more
Yeah.
that we can do there. One of the things that we were talking about a few meetings ago was taking some old talks and turning them into some kind of a blog
Mm,
series, or taking talks that weren't accepted and turning them into some kind of a blog series as well. So we still haven't done, which is also on the list, a what is k8gb video or a getting started video. Those are pretty easy. We just haven't taken the time yet to do them. So, and those would also be very helpful.
mm. By
That's
the way,
um, that's what's on the agenda. So,
while we're on blog, Farhan, you already did some like initial blog post, but if you want, you can slice some existing talk or talks, revamp them, create some story around KGB and publish it and get some kudos from the community.
Sure, I do have a few things in mind. I'll
Cool,
plan them and I'll post as a blog.
awesome. That'll be totally great contribution. Appreciate it.
100%. Yep. And in case you don't know, I don't know, I've never seen it outside of the US, but in the US, Kudos is actually a brand of granola bar or candy bar.
Mm, okay.
So if you get Kudos, you get a nice little snack too.
Never seen those.
Okay, so that's all I have. Does anybody have anything else for the last 5 minutes?
Well, we need to go through issues to be honest, but maybe
Oh, I
another
didn't see
time.
it. Yeah, I
Yeah, yeah,
completely forgot. I thought we
yeah.
had done it. Farhan, I forgot. Are you able to make it to KubeCon, or was that? I don't remember what happened there.
Now I got
Okay.
rejection from the team.
Mm,
Ah, all right. Let me go to here. Boom. This is what we need to look at.
Maybe KubeCon Mumbai.
mm. India, keep
Oh
on
yeah.
India. Mm.
Okay, there we go. What do we want to look at?
Yeah, uh, the current progress, effectively, what is it real or not? And it doesn't look that it's super reflecting the reality, right?
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, done is definitely something that is done, but the in progress one, switch to vendor natural registry and repository. I think
Yeah.
uh, uh, it's effectively implemented, right? So that's pretty cool.
Shall we move it over to done?
I think
I'm
I
not
will.
logged in, so I can't.
Yeah,
We'll just wait.
I will link the PRs right
Yeah.
to make it proper, and I will move them around. But the rest, I mean, maybe next meeting we can
Yeah, let's do a proper.
go through like some grooming session
Yeah.
because the current one is definitely they're not in like active progress. So maybe we can filter them out. Some of them at least put back into the backlog or plant. But yeah, test it out for upstream. I mean, all of them are very similar, at least initially started, but some of them are stalled in like deploy KGB and GCP GK. By the way, Farhan, sorry for giving you maybe too many ideas for one meeting, but if you have access to Google Cloud, you can easily cover this, right? So by deployment and just document any specific uh, uh, things that are happening on GCP. Do you
Sure.
have
I think
the
I do have free credits because I was trying to
yeah
experiment with
yeah
crossplane and stuff like that recently.
okay cool
So I have to check with that. So I do have
uh
free credits, I guess, for the first time users.
okay
So
cool.
yeah, I'll experiment on this.
Thank you. Yeah, and I think I didn't merge yet or the split brain documentation, or did I? I honestly forgot.
Now I created the PR,
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
wasn't.
it
There
was
was
merged.
issue with the architecture diagram issue, so I've
Yeah.
corrected that.
Okay, okay. So I will review again. So maybe actually like the most maybe should we switch to PR view? It's like a most realistic one at the moment. Uh, if you can just open KGB IO PRs.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I always go through the website because it's faster, right? Because it's short
Yeah.
URL. Yeah.
It's easy.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah,
quick
so
I had a quick question though,
yeah.
just on so now that the main work for the switch to the API group is done, do you think that there's value in um, following up with the folks who are looking at the incubating application and let them know?
After the release, yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it will be like, exposed to documentation
Yep.
everywhere, Yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe actually comment on that incubation issue. It's done, right? But still. I don't know what's the best way, but somewhere like not only in Slack, maybe like in GitHub and link
Yep.
in
Yep.
link GitHub and Slack. So it's like
Yep.
so we have uh, a reference point, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we also have a couple of contributions from area, I guess. So these TLS routes that's also look interesting. Cordon catalog. That's something we need, and especially maybe it will be like we will need to rebase it after the switch because both repos that are exposed as metadata to the catalog and the API version actually has changed, right? Have changed. So yeah. Uh, Dynamic zones, yeah, I need to ping Michal. I think the core implementation is already in the tree. Documentation uh, is there, but what was confusing is that it was uh, kind of four PRs, and we merged two, one out of four, two out of four, but I never seen three out of four, so I need to ping Michal if it exists or not.
It could be just a new way of counting.
Yeah. Yeah, otherwise, as I mentioned, renovate base PRs, and I think they're important for security, right? So I'll try to merge them gradually and make the release, because if you go to the artifact hub, for example, let me give you a direct link so you don't scroll too much. So I shared in a Zoom channel. So if you go, like we used to be, scroll a little bit, yeah, down to security report. We used to be, yeah, you was there. Look at the right pane, a little bit up, a little bit up. And there is
Ah, yeah.
security report. Yeah, we used to be regraded as a just a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And now, like something was found in upstream
Yeah.
repos. If you actually click on these vulnerabilities found, uh,
Yeah.
open full report.
Oh
So
yeah, there it is.
open full report, and yeah, so underlying like KGB main C this D, so like underlying upstream libraries.
Core DNS,
So
yeah.
yeah, uh, some things were found there, and yeah, KDNR. So
Okay.
that's what I want to fix with the latest release as well. So it
Yep.
will look green at KubeCon, right? I mean,
Yep.
realistically, then like a community capacity, we cannot chase them every time we have a quarterly release cadence. But this for like some extra events, we should do it. Also, like D doesn't look cool. So and anyway, we want this extra release for new API group, right? And
Yep.
new registry and stuff. So yeah. So that's planned. Dinar, I was just describing that I want to do a release before KubeCon, like today, tomorrow. And thank you so much for late PR reviews. Really appreciate it. You unblocking me very frequently.
Yeah, no worries. Happy.
Do you have anything to discuss, Dinar? You just joined.
No, just flying a wall.
Okay. All right. So like a super quick recap. We already over time, but super quick recap. API version is done. JCR IO is done as we merged APR last night. Front end registry k8gb IO, that is CNAME for Scarf, is also done, right? So it looks good, and it also collect adopter metrics. So yeah, and we are fully vendor neutral by all means after this moves.
Yeah, only maybe one thing
Mm.
just came to my mind. Michal has continued to work on the zone delegations or the enemy
Hmm.
zones, whatever it's called now.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so the plan is whenever that feature is enabled, we move whatever is configured in a controller as the static. We will generate the custom resources with that configuration, and that resource will be first class citizen because we need to store the state for the further finalizers, and it cannot be done with a static configuration, right? Because static
Hmm.
configuration is initialized once on a boot, and
Hmm.
it's basically whenever you need to do the calculations, whether it was see who are part of the cluster, who's not outside of the GSLB, you need some sort of state, even kind of runtime state. But yeah, that's the way we go. Maybe potentially in the future, we will switch to that method by default through the custom resource. But yeah, that's a discussion point for, I don't know, late in the future.
Sounds great. Yeah, yeah. Let's connect. Let's discuss it on so like in 2 weeks. If you guys can present it, that would be awesome, right? Kind of the whole zone delegation thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but overall looks like a very cool direction and makes the setup much more dynamic and resilient.
All right. So just nobody saw if somebody missed the chat, we did get a time now for the new talk on Monday. So it'll be
Yeah.
11:45. So 25-minute talk, 11:45. That's a good time. So
Yep. So we will have a chance to make a dry run at 10, right? Given
yeah.
the schedule.
All right, I've got to jump. It's good seeing you all. After the call, as usual, when the links are available, I'll put them up and then I'll finish up that pull request and then the notes will be live. So
Cool. Thank
let
you
me
so
know
much,
if there's
guys.
anything I can do to help with something. Cheers. Bye.
Have fun.
Thank you. Bye.